Alright, now we're going to try one where we're going to do the test a variance or standard deviation. This one I think is standard deviation. Transferring phone calls. The manager of a large company claims that the standard deviation of the time in minutes that it takes a telephone call to be transferred to the correct office in her company is 1.2 minutes or less. A random sample of 15 calls is selected and the calls are timed. The standard deviation of the sample is 1.8 minutes. At alpha equals 0.01, test the claim that the standard deviation is less than or equal to 1.2 minutes. Okay, so what did they give us? They gave us the sigma 1.2 and n, the number, size of the sample, 15, and the standard deviation of that sample, s, which was 1.8. Okay, so now they say test the claim, and the claim is that it's 1.2 minutes. The standard deviation is 1.2 minutes or less. So this would be less than or equal to 1.2 minutes. 1.2 minutes equal to or less. So that's our claim. So this is our null hypothesis, so our alternate is sigma is greater than 1.2. Okay, so our first thing is we need a critical value. Now because this is standard deviation, this is going to be a chi-squared, and because this is, it's going to be a chi-squared left. Alright, so we get, we go to our table. Our alpha, what did they say the alpha was? The alpha is 0.1. Now because it's a, oh sorry, I don't know my left from my right. This is a chi-squared right. Okay, so we just go to 0.01 down to our degrees of freedom, which would be 14, right? Degrees of freedom is 14, 1 minus the n. 14, go all the way over to 0.01. We get 29,141. Okay, so that's our critical value. Now we need our test value. And again, you can always just look them up on the formula if you're never sure. N minus 1 times s squared over sigma squared. It's right there. So we get n minus 1 times s squared over sigma squared. You got the calculator, and you would get, now some of these things you can always do in your head, right? So 15 minus 1 is 14 times 1.8 squared divided by 1.2 squared, and we get 31.5. Alright, so on our chi-squared table, here's our cutoff is 29.141, and 31 is slightly bigger, so it falls in the critical region, so that means we reject the null. Now since we're rejecting the nulls, then we'd say there's not enough, because the claim is the null, not enough evidence to accept the claim. Okay, and that's the chi-squared.